it going, guys?
Guess what? It's the all women's show with me, Amanda, and
me, Amber. The A team is here, guys, and we're together. Look, we can touch each other. Oh, who'd have thought, right?
How do you like that? So, I'm excited because we have a special guest coming on soon. Very much so. Why don't you tell us who that special guest is?
Oh, man. She is an absolute intricate part of the Houston Roughnecks. It is Coach Johnson's beautiful, lovely wife, Miss Angel Johnson. And she is a phenomenal lady. She's going to give us some insight on what it's like to be a coach's wife in the UFL and some other little tips and tricks. So I'm looking forward to it.
And not only that, as you all know, this weekend, the Battlehawks are playing none other than
the Roughnecks.
That's right, everybody. So what better way to have this show than to start it off with the two competitors against each other?
Oh, yeah.
But that's besides the point. Anyway, we are excited to have you guys here. Welcome to the show. So let's kind of get started. I know I have my picks from you guys from last week. But I must say, how did we feel about last week's games, Amber?
I mean, I'll be honest. I knew that my team was not going to do very well. It is what it is. I think that there's definitely going to be some adjustments made on the coaching side of things. We're going to have a tighter defense. You know, they didn't utilize Mark Thompson as much as I thought that they would. And I mean, for a guy that's averaging 3, 4, 5-yard carries per game, you know, I was hoping to see him being implemented since he was off the IR list.
So can I just say this too, as far as the Battlehawk game goes, I thought it was very interesting. At the end of the game, I don't know if you all saw it, but Reggie posted the UFL, Reggie was part of it when they were in the locker room post game.
Yeah.
Talking about how they need to come together, no mumbling under their words, like we're all a team here. I'm wondering if they're having some issues with collectively coming together to play.
Contention amongst the ranks? Question mark.
Is there tension among us? Maybe. But I have to say, the Battlehawks, that was a game. I mean, that is the first time, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, fans, that is the first time in Audi Field that they have been beat out. And not only that, that's the first time that the St. Louis Battlehawks have beat DC in their own stadium. So I must say that was pretty impressive. And yes, I am representing the Memphis Showboats today because I feel like they need a little help.
Oh, yeah. A little is definitely an understatement. Yeah. Probably not as much as our South Oklahoma, aka Arlington Renegades. You know, still sucking that big old goose egg of a 0. Hopefully they get a win. We'll see if it happens.
Well, and AJ McCarron, if I must say, is on Mr. Perez's heels too.
Yeah, I saw that.
So this is not. What did he say?
The DC fans did. Yeah, they did leave early.
He did.
Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so.
But at the end of the day, you guys, we really need to continue to support this league. Get your tickets. Come out to the game. Represent, because we really love to see you guys there. And I'm really excited because this one right here and her better half will be at the game this weekend.
We will. Yeah. Come get your photos. Get your autographs. Come hang out with us. We love meeting the kids. We love meeting the fans. And we're doing everything we can to promote UFL as a whole. Not just one team over another, but the league altogether. So feel free to come and pose, or if y'all are winning, y'all can act like you're punching me. If I'm winning, I get to punch you.
So real quick, talk to us about what you all have been doing for the veterans, because I think that is really cool to see.
So not to brag, but I feel like we've got the biggest tailgate going on in the UFL. We're actually partnered with Warrior Wishes, which is a veteran-ran foundation that provides veterans families the opportunity to get a wish granted, kind of like Make a Wish, but for Warriors. It'll be a lot of fun. We have so far, since the beginning of the season, 3 home games. We've gotten about 25 veteran families. We're looking forward to having more. Of course, we're going to be up here tailgating with none other, right? But, we'll be walking around and bouncing and seeing if everybody else
And you got to
does
go
it.
to this one right here.
Oh, yeah, Eddie. Yeah. Hi, Eddie. Eddie. Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, my dad does know how to tailgate, so definitely come over and
Her
find him.
father.
That is.
I'm not going to say it. I'm still not going to say it. I don't care how much you pay me. I'm not going to say it. But
Yeah.
it'll be a great tailgating experience, and we'll be able to report back on if they have surpassed the champions of tailgating, Houston Roughnecks. I will say Dallas, or Arlington, I should say, they are in a good second spot as far as I can tell. Marco and those Banditos sure do know how to throw a tailgate. And they have actually chipped in and has started working with Warrior Wishes. So we're going to have even more veteran families experiencing a great tailgate, going in to see the game, and having a wonderful time with their families.
So what are you most excited about for coming to the St. Louis game?
Honestly, I'm looking for the experience. I mean, everybody gives me this big talk about how great these Battlehawks are and cacaw is law and so on and so forth. I'm an outlaw, guys. I'm breaking the law. Rig Rocker's going to be with us. Mr. Predator's coming with me, and we're getting ready to show you guys how it is done.
And you won't miss them because they will have their big, we call this helmets.
Yeah. Our big heads are going to be on. Our big belts are going to be on our shoulders. And we have a special treat because this coming game is actually our anniversary. We got married on Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And so we're going to have an awesome little treat so people be able to take some pictures.
That's exciting. That's exciting. I mean, I have to say from this last week's game, I was going into it kind of skeptical and nervous.
As you should be.
To say the least. But again, I will say this again for the 20,000th time. Without Abram Smith, DC is not DC.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's just not.
It's pretty wild how quick that team collapsed without that presence on the field. And it was felt to the point that the fans were just skedaddling out of there once it happened.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was definitely a game that don't want to say this. I was kind of like mind blown a little bit because I was kind of like St. Louis normally, like I've said in the past, is more like a second half team, right? But when they came out, they literally came out guns a-blaze in the very first part of the game. And they did great. And the dimes that AJ is throwing are awesome. Like, I was very, very, very impressed with that. Butler, for some idiot that likes to say that Butler has no hands, apparently he grew a lot of limbs before that game because he definitely proved himself big time. So I have to say, shout out to Butler for that. That was pretty impressive.
I feel like he grabbed some of that pine tar from the Cardinals dugout and threw it all over his hands because, man, it was just sticking. It was like he was reaching out and grabbing them. It was awesome. I was glad to see that. It was definitely a nice little addition, wake-up call, so to speak, because I haven't seen too many of those phenomenal style catches that's been consistent throughout a game. So I was happy to see that happening.
Not only that, but obviously Perez is doing his job, right, as a quarterback. But what I want to talk about is, do we feel as a quarterback with him making all of those throws, is he really on the knot of being MVP of the year?
Ooh.
Because if you want my honest opinion, this is just me. Right now, where it stands, I think an AJ McCarron needs to be MVP.
You're biased.
Of the year. Biased.
You're biased.
Yeah, maybe just a little. But at the end of the day, I still think that right now, as it stands, with where we are with the record, thank you, that AJ deserves it. He truly does. He really does. And I think that with where we're at with this season, the game that I'm concerned about the most with them before we go on to the next game is against the Stallions, week 7. And with them being the only undefeated team right now in the league, I am a little concerned.
Yeah, it is true that defense does win games. And the Stallions defense has been on point. The one thing that I can say is that their secondary is definitely tighter than any other secondary I've seen when it comes to defense. And I honestly think that that's going to be the benefit, and it's going to be the crux, so to speak, in McCarron's throwing. He can throw and be on point, but if that secondary is there to stop that ball from being caught, nothing you can do. I want to see if these wide receivers can pull it out. Let's see how it goes.
That's right. So what do you think Houston needs this weekend for them to pull it out?
Houston needs a miracle. I'm not going to lie, guys. I mean, Houston.
I asked, she answered.
Hey, yeah. Look, I'm not being biased, but I think that Mark Thompson being back, they've made the adjustments that they need. And they started to see a little bit of diversity. I feel like our defense needs to step up their game and make sure that the back end, the safeties, the corners and stuff like that are there and stay on point. And it needs to happen every quarter of the game, guys. We don't go in half cocked, so to speak, and just not show up after halftime. That seems to be the issue. We have very soft secondary.
Yeah, we do. You do.
Yeah, I do. But I'm still going to cheer them on as though they are the best, because they are. I don't care what the record says. I love me some Roughnecks.
Well, I don't know about Memphis right now. That's why I'm scratching my head.
Yeah, cover that hat up.
Listen. They came out of the gate. I thought they were going to blow things away, but I mean, I know they've had injury in there. That's definitely caused a problem.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the same Memphis team that we saw from the beginning.
No. I feel like they got the steam or the gas taken out of their little boats, and they're having to get a hold of some tugboats to help push them along.
They might need a little extra string.
We'll see. We'll see how it happens.
To pull it through. As far as the Brahmas go, I mean, listen, this is the point that I remember from last year at this point with this certain week that when Wade Phillips, was the coach for the Roughnecks last season.
Right.
This is kind of where the steam kind of went out of the sails.
Yeah. I mean, we're halfway through the entire season, guys. So, I mean, at this point, our teams, all of them, should start having that comfort connection. We've got to see exactly where they all fall out. And in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll definitely be able to tell if there are some nice team connections. If our running backs stay the course. Wade is known for his running game, and we got to give props where props are due. So I definitely see the Brahmas continuing the running game.
You got so choked.
Oh, I'm choked up saying it like that. It sucks. I'm telling you. It's Wade Phillips. That's a Houston boy. I can't. It just hurts. It hurts.
I don't know. With as well as he was salsa dancing,
man,
his last couple weeks ago,
those moves had me a little caliente. I'm just saying.
They were pretty good. Now, do you know who I think the underdog of the league is?
Oh gosh! If you
take a guess.
Say what I think you're gonna say.
You ain't gonna guess it.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Renegades. Just because of their schedule.
No.
What?
They're not even going to make the playoffs this year. They're already.
Hey, hold on. Because they won XFL championship with a losing season. So it's still all up in the air.
They have to win every game moving forward from here.
They got to win playoff games. They just got to make the playoffs and then win the playoff games. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it
And
goes.
to those people out there that are quick to want to shove Bob Stoops out, they need to stop it. They need to stop it right now. Jersey the King. Like literally, I think that Bob Stoops is great. I think that he has done a great job. I mean, you can't automatically just say that just because they have an 0-5 record that it's because of Bob Stoops. It could be everything other than that.
Like at the end of the day, you got the players on the field doing what the coaches tell them to do. So,
Well, anyway, back to my underdog.
yeah, who's your underdog?
My underdog, I think, is Michigan. I seriously,
Really?
yes, I think y'all need to look out for Michigan. I really do.
They're sleepers for sure.
I mean,
I think we're sleeping on him.
the Panther may be taking a siesta, but he's not totally sleeping.
Oh, he's stealthy.
But-
Panthers are stealthy.
But I seriously think that Bates is a form to be reckoned with. First of all, they're lucky they still have these on.
Yeah, they are pretty lucky about that.
But I seriously think they're a great team. I think that if there's any game that I could travel to right now to support other than the Battlehawks, it would probably be Michigan.
I will say that when we were there in Detroit, the fans, first of all, fans were amazing. Absolutely awesome. I got to see and meet a lot of them. They were great. They're very cohesive, you know, they know what they want, they go after it, and they adjust well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing that I saw the best was that defense, man, they were adjusting so much that there was more flags thrown on the offense, which I hated, by the way, but more flags thrown on the offense than I'd seen in a hot minute because of the defense and how quick and able they were adjusting.
I need to pull up the schedule because we need to do picks.
Oh yeah, we do.
As you all have noticed, our other half is not here tonight.
Yeah.
There was an unfortunate family circumstance that she could not be here
That's
tonight.
right.
And as you all know, it's always family first with the Fuel Sports Network. So of course, we want her. We wish her RC. We love you. We wish you the best. And 18-2 for you.
Keep us posted, babes. Keep us posted.
So I'm going to pull up the schedule because you need to do picks. But on that note, there are some new shows that are going to be starting on the Fuel Sports Network to be checking out.
Y'all are gonna love this.
Go ahead.
Friday night, we're gonna have a Grand and Guardian the Grand and Guardian Gang, right? And that's gonna be 9 Eastern on Friday nights. So that'll be a fun one to tune into. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. And then Saturday, I'm gonna be chiming in on this one for sure. Misfits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be a pop culture style show. And I think there's going to be like some trivia involved in that. I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. I want to know the pop culture. I want to know if they're going to include some of the not so well-known things about players within UFL or even other sports. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to it. They're also going to be 9 Eastern time. So Friday 9 Eastern, Saturday 9 Eastern. Y'all already got it set up before you go out and party to go see Grand and Guardian Gang, and make sure you tune in for the Misfits show. I'm going to be doing that, so hopefully we'll see you guys there as well.
Mm-hmm. Let me I'm going to be a dirty right now.
Oh yeah, just
Not be organized.
Not be organized for a minute. That's okay.
As y'all know who I'm talking about.
I don't know what's going on, but she's gonna figure it out while I sit here and jaw jack with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you guys know that while I'm here in St. Louis, I'm gonna be going to the Arch. I'm gonna be checking out some other spots. So if anybody in the local vicinity happens to come upon me or Mr. Predator, please feel free to come up and say hi. Feel free to come up and ask for hugs and pictures, and we love doing all of that kind of fun stuff. I know that Amanda's been doing a whole bunch of stuff with the Autism Speaks, and I'm looking forward to seeing how all of that plays out, because, I mean, kids are awesome. Kids are number one. Kids are innocent and truthful, and I love having all of that stuff going on. I know that our upcoming week's games, you've got what? The Stallions and the Showboats, right?
You got obviously Houston and St. Louis. You got Arlington versus the Panthers and San Antonio versus DC. Now, mind you, that San Antonio game is in DC.
Yeah, they are the visitors. But I think as the visitors, I think that the Brahmas are actually going to pull this off. I really do. I think that Wade.
That's your pick. Is that who you're taking?
That's my pick for that one. Yeah, I'm taking it. And yeah, I know RC is a huge San Antonio fan, so I'm pretty sure she'll pick that one as well. More than likely.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. Who you got? Birmingham versus the Showboats. Don't be stupid.
I'm sorry, but I think the No Boats are gonna no show. That's what I'm going with it. I mean, gotta love the bronies and the ponies. I mean, they're on a streak, and I don't see that being broken by the Showboats. I'm going with the Stallions on this one.
Listen,
choked up again about it.
I would pick the Showboats because I'm representing them, but due to the fact that I have a record to uphold, I'm going to pick the Stallions.
What?
Thank you very much.
Shut the front door. Take that hat off, young lady.
I'm just saying, just because I have a record to uphold.
No, are you in the lead with the picks?
Well, I'm second. That doesn't matter. There's always room to be first. Thank you.
Yeah, if you ain't first, you're last.
Ask Daddy because I beat him in my fantasy football draft.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we got our teams, St. Louis and Roughnecks.
Now remember, this is for points. This is for points. And man, yeah, he's looking at me. Who do you have?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Roughnecks. I think they're gonna pull one out. I think they're gonna pull one out of the old rig. I think we're gonna strike oil, black gold, Texas tea, and come out with a victory over these dirty birds. Over these Batal hockeys. Over this cacaw is the law.
All right, thank you. That's so nice.
What about you? What are you taking?
Oh, that's a kind of a dumb question. St. Louis, of course. We already mentioned that because you're not paying attention.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Terrible producer.
As far as this game goes, here's my concern, right? If you remember correctly, last season, DC played the Guardians. DC had an amazing record, and the Guardians had a record similar to the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks.
Battlehawks.
I was going to say Renegades, but my bad.
17?
Well, and the Guardians came back and beat DC.
Yes.
Regardless, it's still a point system. You still need it, whatever. So, but I'm still going to St. Louis. Sorry.
St. Louis by 17? You out of your mind.
So we might as well call this 2-2 or 2-0 for Amanda right now, and 2-1 or 1-1 for.
That's
Amber.
adorable, Amanda. That's freaking amazing.
All right, who do you have for the Renegades and for?
Oh, the
Wait, hold on.
girl, you're on week 5. There
All right, here we go.
Renegades and the Brahmins.
We're week 5, right?
Yeah. Week 5.
No, we're week 6.
Are we week 6?
No, what we said.
Week 6.
Shut up.
Okay, so Arlington Renegades and the Panthers. Who you got?
Sorry, I'm gonna go with the
We're
Panthers.
Week 6.
Panthers.
Where did this time go?
I know, time flies when you're having fun and tailgating and partying.
Panthers. I got the Panthers too.
You're going with the Panthers also. RC, I miss you, babes. I hope everything's working out for you because I need some contention with these picks. She keeps copying off of me, guys.
Everybody needs a Nala. Not a Mufasa, a Nala. Thank you. Okay, and the Brahmas and DC. Woo! In my opinion, people, this is the game of the week right here.
It really is. I swear, Sean. You and I are gonna box, sir.
It's a what?
An all women show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that's a toss up. It really is. You know what? In honor of RC, I'm gonna go with the Brahmas. I'm gonna pick that one. I really think that they're gonna be able to take that run game and tire out the defender's defense, even in Audi Field.
Why is this so?
I know. I told you it's a toss up, right? Toss up.
And here's the crazy part is that this is like the week that both these teams need this game.
Yeah, it's definitely a must win for both sides.
It is. Ugh. Oh man.
Good luck.
I cannot.
Sucks to be you.
Listen, I am a huge Kirkland fan, but I'm also
John Trey Kirkland. Let's remember where John Trey Kirkland originated, please.
Yeah, well.
Thank you very much. That's why Wade went and got him back. Shout out to Kirkland.
And the fact that it's at Audi Field.
I don't care where it's at. Them Brahmas are gonna beat them.
Because they did still lose to the Battlehawks.
They can play in St. Louis for all I care. The Brahmas still gonna beat them.
Dad, help me.
No. No cheating.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to go with DC on this one.
We finally got some contention.
I am. I like the Brahmas, but like I said, Wade Phillips, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is not a consistent coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Well, I feel like he did the salsa.
I'm not gonna say, oh, really, because how did it work for you?
He did the salsa in San Antonio.
Yeah, but how'd that work for you last season?
I don't know. You know, who was it? AJ? AJ was there. So it worked out pretty well, except the stinking playoffs.
No, I mean,
he might merengue into the defenders stadium just to show y'all a few more dance moves.
yeah, seriously. Yeah, I would love that. So literally right where we're tailgating is where the away bus comes in. So I'm curious to see if we can get Wade Phillips to do a little cha-cha for us when he gets off the boat.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. We can always ask.
Well,
We can always hope.
Anyway,
Maybe if you wear your flamenco dress.
yeah, that'd be a nice one. The one I don't have. Anyway,
She's got the fruit basket head thing and everything. Let her ride it.
yeah.
She's got it all.
Well, we need CJ Johnson. We need to ask his wife if when he gets off, if he'll do a little dance when he gets off, when he sees you all.
Ooh. I can
That's
see him
what
doing
we
a
need to
robot.
Mhm. That's what we need to ask. See, like, you know how Ellen, right, on her show, on the Ellen show,
Right.
she has those
dancing.
videos and she'll have some, like, having a bug in someone's ear and she'll say this, and like they say
Oh, yeah,
whatever, do her little
yeah.
skits. Like,
I remember those.
yes, I'm kind of wondering if we can get him to like tell her like
We'll see.
something to look for, and then he does it when he gets off.
Yeah, just possibility. Maybe I can have an earworm for Mrs. Johnson to give her hubby when she gets on here and be like, hey, tell him to walk like an Egyptian when he gets off the bus.
And listen, these are all things that we as fans, we love to see. We love
Yeah.
to see these coaches just kind of come out of their shell a little bit. I mean, this is pregame, right? You haven't won or you haven't lost yet. So just have a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And that's what makes UFL better, in my opinion, than the NFL, is that fan interaction and the ability to be able to see the coaching staff, see the training staff, see the players, meet the players' families, and do all of that happy stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing them as they get off the bus.
So even better, on that note, our guest is here.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Amber, if you want to introduce her.
She is the wife of head coach CJ, Coach Johnson, and he is the head coach for the Houston Roughnecks. Let us all please give a wonderful, warm welcome to Miss Angel Johnson from the Houston Roughnecks. Welcome.
Woo! Thank you. So good to
Thank
be
you so
here.
much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. We
Oh,
appreciate that
sure,
most of
sure.
all.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I absolutely love the red lips and the hair, but it might be just me copying
Yeah.
you because
Yeah, and I
game
got the
day,
look. I
we
got the
both have them bright
Taekwondo
red
look.
lips.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, my first question for you, Miss Angel, is what is it like being the wife of a head coach for a football team in the UFL?
You know what? It's a great opportunity. I'll have to say that first. It's an honor, you know, to be chosen as a head coach. It comes with a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and when someone finds that, that you're the person for that job, that says a lot about my husband and hopefully a lot about us. And so we try to bring our best foot forward. We try to meet the players with love, with concern, hard work, hard effort. Okay, we definitely that comes with it, but it comes with my husband has always looked at the whole person, caring about the player as much on the field as off the field. He tries to teach him a lot of good life lessons, and that's where I step into with the coaches' wives, with the families, just try to be a support because as we know from this week, you can have a lot of wins, but you can have losses too. And you got to remain strong and you got to stay positive and keep going.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Absolutely. So I have a question for you. That day
Okay.
when it came, that you found out your husband was going to be the head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, girl, what was going through
it
your
was
head?
sweet. It was sweet. It was really, really sweet. And I was like, oh my goodness, we're so excited. Of course, Houston is such a great town. The fans are just really, really awesome. Diehard fans, good fans. I kind of walked the stands. I've met a ton of them. We really, really appreciate the support. And it's just great to be in such a great town. They love sports, love football, and we want to give them the wins. We're still trying to get to the championship. We're not out yet. We're not out. We're still working
Mm-mm.
toward that. And so we want to bring some good things to the city of Houston. We're just so thankful for the organization, the UFL. They're really bringing some great football on the field, spring football. Hey, the fans are out there, and we appreciate it. So, yeah, it's a good thing. We're excited.
So then what's it like? Like, have you just all of a sudden become mom or auntie to a whole bunch of players?
Of course. Well, it's really cool because during training camp, we're all at the same hotel, so I get to meet a lot of the parents. I know some of them from last year. Get to meet the wives, the kids. So we have a lot of fun time together. They get to see a personal side of Coach and myself because we're very down to earth people. We're very tangible. You can come in and talk and just be yourselves because we think to get the best out of the players, you got to kind of know them. And so we like to do that. We like to be there for them, with some of the good news and some of the bad news. We have to be able to help them with the struggles too. So that's a part of it, and we've enjoyed doing it for my husband's whole 40-year career. So it's not new to us, but it's a great place to be. Houston is a great place to be.
That's amazing. 40 years. So how long have
Yeah,
you and Coach
long,
how
long
long have you
time.
and Coach CJ been married?
Oh, forever.
That's a good
But
answer,
yeah,
huh?
he's been in football since San Diego State in the 80s, University of
Right.
Miami for 10 years in the 90s, won a national championship there. We were with the
Yes,
Saints for
yes.
over 15 years. He won a Super Bowl there. And so we're just looking to bring a championship to the city of Houston. We want to get a championship in the UFL. That's the goal.
Yes. I know a lot of
Yeah,
people think
so
that Coach CJ is underrated, but he's got some accolades under there and got some rings on
oh
his finger to
yeah,
prove
oh
it, man. I
definitely,
love it.
yes. University of Miami. He has 8 bowl games and a national championship and a
Yes,
Super Bowl with the New
ma'am.
Orleans Saints. So yeah, we've had some fun times, some good times. That's just a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. We're both very, very active in our church. We're active in the community. And we just spread, the good news of Jesus Christ. We spread hard work, good ethics, living good. And that's just our philosophy. And we're just happy that we've been able to do it with so many great young men through the years.
So with you being CJ's better half, right? In my opinion. His better half. I know when there's a loss, it's hard, right? You want to be his support system. You want to be that person that's there for him. What do you say to him when there's, when he's feeling kind of defeated or frustrated? What would you say to him?
Well, you know what? Because we have a lot of years under our belt, we've had, great moments. We've had very, very hurting and very disappointing moments too. What you say is you go back to what you've always known, hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be persistent in doing your hard work. You have to be persistent in getting guidance from even other coaches. He's had coaches all over the league. He has good friends who are in coaching, players that have played before. You rely on all of those great people that you've met throughout the years. You listen to their stories and they tell you how, okay, I was in this position at one time and how you overcame it and how you stuck with it. And so it's a matter of never giving up. I don't care what it looks like. You have to just have the tenacity and the strength to motivate others, to keep yourself motivated. And so I just remind him, it was a journey to that national championship. It was a journey to that Super Bowl. Whoever thought the Saints would win a Super Bowl? We won a Super Bowl in our home city. We're both from New Orleans. So we just keep with that mindset and a lot of prayer. So, yeah, that's what we do.
Wonderful. Well,
I love that.
With all of the activity that you have, surely there's some passions and charities and organizations that you spearhead. What are some of the things that you are the head coach for?
You know what? I'm the head coach for my family, first of all. They're number
there
one.
You go.
We have 6 kids. So, and I'm saying kids, and we call them kids, but just because we love them so much. But their ages from 30 to 41. And so,
wow.
And
you have a 41-year-old, ma'am? You look good.
Thank you.
You look good.
Grandkids. So guess what? We don't even have a chance to get too down because all I need to do is call up one of those grandkids and it's over. The smiles are coming out of him. The grandchildren
there you go.
Out of him. And so our big family, and then other than that, I have a organization called Posse. And Posse is a nationwide organization, and what the organization does is they give an opportunity for high school students to go to select colleges like Notre Dame and Bard and Villanova and Tulane, and we select these students in groups of 10 from inner cities. We're looking for diverse students with leadership qualities, and we give them the scholarships. It's a 4-year scholarship, and it doesn't have to be in any particular art or science. Whatever your major is, whatever your specialty is, we're just looking for leaders. And that's one that's near and dear to my heart, Posse.
Wonderful, man. How does one become a part of that posse? How do we help out for you?
Like I said, you can Google it. It's POSSE, the Posse Foundation, and it was founded by Deborah Beal. It's a lady who she went to college, and she had some difficulties, and she said, if I had my posse with me, if I had the people that I went to high school with, the people from my neighborhood, I would have done much, much better. And so this is forward over 15 years later. We've had over 100,000 students to go through Posse.
Wow.
And so a full scholarship to Tulane University or Bard University, that tuition could be over $300,000. So for an inner city student to be able to have the opportunity to go to that college and to bring out the leadership skills and become popular or to become successful in the art world, in the music world, in finance. And like I said, it doesn't matter what your major is. You just want to get somebody who's motivated and somebody who wants to make a difference in the world.
Wonderful.
So
And do you
that's
ever
what-
have
yeah.
any
I'm
of those graduates come back and sing your praises and help out and kind of pay it forward?
Yeah, it's life changing. It's life changing because a lot of these students never would have had the opportunity to go to school at Villanova, at Texas A&M. They may have never left the city of New Orleans, or they may have never left these cities. So when you go with the full financial aid package, not financial aid, when you go with a full package that your books, your tuition, your room and board, when everything is taken care of, that you can just focus on studying, and then you have 10 colleagues from the New Orleans area or whatever area our different posse cities are in, well, that's a great help. You have 10 people from that area, same culture, same weather, so if you're going to Villanova and it's going to be cold there, then you need to be able to you're going to be able to need to relate to your classmates who are from New Orleans and say, hey, we're not used to this, but we're going to make it through it together.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing you can tell us about your amazing husband, what would it be? It's a loaded question, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a really easy one because it's how he lives his life. He is very, very committed. His work ethic, how he can get up in the morning and work out and exercise and plan the day and plan the agenda for the players and for the coaches he's very, very dedicated, and I admire it. Sometimes, I'm like, you're a little bit too dedicated, sometimes I want you to sit back and relax. And so he has a work ethic that is really, really incredible. And then he wants not only the success for himself, but he really wants the success for the team, for the coaches. He really wants it as a whole. I could give you a good idea of that dedication. I don't know if you've heard of, of course you've heard of his player, Andre Johnson.
Yes.
He played for the Houston team, and he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame this coming fall. Well, that was one of his players when he was at the University of Miami. And,
right.
Andre came back, recently did some television and some public appearances with my husband. And, he said it all when, Andre said that when he was young, he may have been 19 years old at the University of Miami. And he said, my husband looked at him and said, look, I'm preparing you not just to play at the University of Miami. I'm preparing you to play in the NFL. Your life is going to be so much bigger than what you have in front of you. And he said, you just need the guidance. You have the work ethic in you. You have the talent in you. And Andre Johnson has come back, this 20 or more years later to say how that made a difference in his life, that he had so much faith in him and that he took the time to, show him some of the ways to get where he wanted to be. And so that's really the goal, with the young men that you work with, whether it's college or if it's on the professional NFL level or if it's the professional level where we are now. You want to bring out the most potential. You want to bring out, every athlete to be the best athlete on the field, best person off the field. And so that's his whole drive, and I really, really admire that. And so I think that's, when you improve the lives of others, not just yourself, but when you're really looking at the full person, that's really, really commendable. And so that's kind of what I love about him the most.
Miss Angel, you truly do live up to your name. There's a halo sitting above that head of yours.
Yeah.
I promise. Like, your whole idea of paying it forward is just a positive one. I've never seen you without a smile on your face and a
Aw.
welcome arm with the fans. I appreciate
Oh,
everything you do.
Definitely.
I
You know,
really
it's
do.
A joy. It's a joy to do what we do. You know, we're really, really blessed. We know it, and we just want everybody to know that we appreciate the support. We just appreciate all what our fans do, what you do, especially the fans that put on all the regalia, you know, to wear the mask, to wear the clothes, to wear the belts, to wear, hey, I just thank you so much. You have no idea how that encourages us. If we can see you out there pulling for us, you know, like that, it just gives us the strength to do what we need to do.
Well, I'll be the
Like, hey,
first
we
one to
gotta
tell
get
you.
this done. We want to be able
We
to
are
celebrate.
here. We are in St. Louis, and we will be at the game cheering them on.
Yes.
So,
Well, listen, now that I've met you, right, I have a
Okay.
problem. Because what am I going to do? I don't know if I can
Okay.
feasibly root for my team anymore because you're so amazing. I don't even know.
Thank you so
Mind
much.
blown.
Thank you so
Mind
much.
blown.
okay, so we got a deal. Look, here's the next thing I need you to do, Miss Angel. You need to
Okay,
tell that
yes,
wonderful
I'm
husband of
ready.
yours, tell him when he
Okay.
gets off the bus, he has to do a dance. We got Coach Wade Phillips. Look, he did the salsa last week in San Antonio. We got to show him up. I don't care if it's the moonwalk, if it's the hustle, it can be the robot. He can walk like an Egyptian. Get it. Tell him. We got to get him to do it so we can see it on film.
Okay, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that while he works on the win, and then when those two come together, we got it.
There you go. Miss Angel, thank you again for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. My pleasure. Bless you, ladies. You have a good night.
You have a
Bless
wonderful
you. Have
evening
a
as
great
well.
night.
It's
Okay,
always a
thank
wonderful
you.
thing to see Miss Angel. You have a great day. Have a
All right,
wonderful
good
night.
To see you.
All
Bye,
right.
ladies. Have a good night.
Be safe.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Yes.
Jeez. Bro. I told you.
What am I going to do?
I told
Who
you.
am I going to root for?
Now you gotta change that vote, don't
Now
you?
listen, I do love me some Deanne Beck, and I need to have her on the show so that a lot of you have seen Deanne Beck on our show before. She's amazing too. But let me tell you, Angel's amazing.
She's good people.
Amazing.
Her and Coach Johnson are exactly what you just saw. On, off the field, they are there for the fans, for the players, for the team. And it's amazing to see them and how they work together and how well they are as a couple. Hashtag goals. You know, I just wanted to bring forth a little bit of insight on what it's like to be the wife. You know, the behind the scenes stuff that most people don't get to see is done by the wives, by the girlfriends, by the moms. And that support is definitely needed. You know, us as super fans, we can only do so much.
Well, and I think that it's great that she has her faith in this too. I think that's really special.
Yeah.
The fact that she has her faith, she has her children, and it's just, first of all, 40-some-year-old child.
I know, right? Gorgeous.
She looks
Gorgeous.
amazing. Does she
I need
not?
to know what her workout routine is. For sure. Well, that is one thing that me and her have in common. We both have 6 kids. 4 boys and 2 girls over here, guys. I got my own 6-pack going.
Y'all need to. One child is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you.
And 5 grandchildren now. Our youngest has just announced he's going to have a little girl coming soon. So that's definitely a bonus. I can't wait to meet her.
Listen, here's the part that I love the most is that I think people keep forgetting is that women of football have just as much of a big impact as the men do.
Oh, yeah.
I love the men, but at the end of the day, women really are here for one common goal, just like the men are, right? We're all here. We all want to root for our teams. We all want to be here for the UFL.
For sure.
It's a beautiful thing, and it's so cool to see. And I love seeing at every game all these families coming together and creating memories of their own with their families. I just think it's great.
We did a meet and greet Wednesday. You know, last few minutes, I'll tell you my happy story of the week. I got to meet Mark Thompson. during the game last week, I met his mother. She came to me as a fan of mine. Had no idea, right? Thank you so much, Miss Thompson. You're a blessing. And asked for a picture with me. And her phone memory was full. So when I saw Mark later that week at the meet and greet, I said, look, your mom wanted a picture with me. And I promise the next time I see her, I'm going to give it to her. But in the meantime, let's get a selfie together so you can send it to your mom. And he did. He was very obliging in that. And she immediately responded with a huge thank you. And so I'm looking forward to meeting her again. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, and shout out to Rig Rocker too. I have to
Yes.
say this last weekend, a post was made on our page that talked about a very sweet boy who got a picture with Rig. He really looks up to him and brought him an autism bracelet. And as you all know, my son has autism, and it's very special. And that's the one thing I will say, as you all know, with Fuel Sports Network, is that we're a very family-oriented network, and we really love the fans.
Yeah,
We
man.
love them. We
That
embrace
kid
it.
is amazing. He took pictures with me and
Yeah.
Mr. Predator and gave us wristbands as well. And him and his family go to our tailgate, and they're awesome. We love him. And I love that this kid can make the adjustments. He does the mask to help cope
Yes.
with the autism. You know, I made it a point to speak, to get down on his level so we can see face to face. And for a kid that doesn't touch, boy, he was real quick to give me some knuckles. I was loving it. He was a good kid. I look forward to seeing him again. And yeah, that's Rig's little buddy, boy. He'll tell you that every time. I can't wait to see him again.
And listen, I'm all about spreading awareness with autism. So of course there's a reason why the mask is so important to him. But I'm just telling you, to the Fuel family itself, I want to personally, and I know Amber wants to personally thank everyone that does very, very, very special things like this for the children and for their families.
Yeah.
It really means a lot to me. It means a lot to everyone on our network, and we really, really greatly appreciate it. But on that note, B-Hawk Live is about to start, and it unfortunately will not have me or, that other guy, Dirty, whatever his name is, I don't know, on the show tonight. But you will get none other than Daddy Ed and A-Train.
A-Train and Ed.
On the show, and I'm not sure Easy E might be on too. But on that note, everybody, my cousin, that guy. I love him. Eric Murtu. Anyway, everybody, this is the A-Team with RC Woods. RC, we are throwing so much love and support to you. We love you. We are keeping you in your thoughts and prayers. And on that note, check us out next week, of course, on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. We will be right back here, even though she will probably be somewhere else.
Back in Houston.
But I
With my
love
rub.
the fact that she's here this time, because after this football game, I can rub it in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, on that note, everybody, this is A-Team. We are out. We will see you next week.
Let's go, guys. Be safe.